I had a beautiful auntie who lived in Australia, and unfortunately she passed away about 10 years ago. And I was there 10 years ago just to be with her while she was already very ill. But she was okay enough to just go around town. And so one day she came to me and she said, "Look, I heard that there is something important to you. And it's called non-duality or something. Am I understanding this correctly?" And I was like, wow, news travels fast. And she said, "Look, I know it's important to you, whatever it is, so I'd love to know more." And I said, "Well, let's go to Bondi Beach if you want, and we can talk a little bit about it." So we went, and I went into a little spontaneous satsang and just simply pointed her to presence. And before I knew it, she knew exactly what was being spoken about. She knew it directly. And it was a very beautiful moment. And later on that day, we were with the rest of the family for dinner. And they asked us, "What did you do today?" And so my auntie started to explain what happened for her at the beach. And I recorded her voice. I still have the recording. She speaks in French because that is her that was her mother tongue, just like my father. And she says in this recording, "Guys, I had no idea what Debs was on about. I thought it was about spirituality and gurus," she says, "and about dressing in a spiritual way and doing all these rituals. I thought she was into stuff like that, but this has nothing to do with it. It's not even spiritual," she said. It's life itself. It's life." And I was sitting on the beach, and all of a sudden I was just there, she says. I was just there. And all that was there was the red of the swimming costume of the lady in front of me, she said, and the sounds I was hearing. And my usual train of thought and my anxious thinking about having to lose weight, she says, and stuff like that was gone. And I was just there. And it was peaceful. And I was just, it was just the lady's swimming costume and the voices and something she saw in the water. And I can't believe, she says, that nobody else speaks about this. I can't believe that it's not a more common interest for people, because this is about everyone. And then she turns towards my cousin and says, her son, and says, "You could use a bit of this." And I am so grateful that we had those moments together, that we shared this presence together before she passed away. And a few months later, she got even more sick and was in a lot of physical pain. And I was back in London where I was living, and she used to call me and say, "Can we do that thing for a few minutes? Can I go back to my being for a moment? I'm in a lot of pain." And it wasn't because awareness was going to get rid of her pain. She knew that. But what it did do is that it brought her back to the essence of the moment. And so all the story attached to her pain and to her illness and to her life was able to disappear for a moment. And she was just there, as she used to say. And I'm so grateful that we were able to share this eternal beingness that she is, and that you are, and that I am, and that is beyond time. Thank you.